I'm Father Joe Parkinson, Director of the LJ Goody Bioethics Centre in Mount Hawthorn, Western Australia. The Parliament of Western Australia is considering whether to introduce laws to permit euthanasia or assisted dying in this state. I think this is a very bad idea, and I want to explain to you why I believe that euthanasia should never be permitted here or anywhere. Over the next year or so, you and I will be part of a long public debate about this. I'd like to give you some advance notice of some of the arguments for euthanasia that you're likely to hear over and over again. And I'd like to explain how these arguments simply don't stand up to objective scrutiny. So these are some of the typical arguments in favour of euthanasia. First, that euthanasia is a necessary option when suffering and pain become too much to bear. Or, euthanasia is a personal choice, an exercise of self-determination that society should not impede. Or, euthanasia is safe because it can be properly monitored and controlled by law, and it can be restricted only to those with terminal illness or uncontrollable pain. Or, even some doctors think that euthanasia is a good idea in some cases. Now, each of these arguments is demonstrably false. First, those who want euthanasia as an option usually have horrific stories to tell about their loved ones' uncontrolled suffering and pain as death approached. Now, one of the leading proponents in West Australia's Parliament, Greens MP Robin Chappell, well remembers his mother's terrible death 25 years ago, and that clearly left Mr Chappell very traumatised, and that is what is driving his push for euthanasia today. Now, we need to respect each other's experiences and stories because our memories, even our bad memories, are important. They're personal and precious. They help to make us who we are. But we all have stories to tell. Over 30 years ago, after 8 or 9 years of requiring oxygen 24/7 just to get through each day, my own father passed away from chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, or what we used to call emphysema. My mother cared for him at home through all of those years. We didn't know much about palliative care in those days, but even then my father received excellent care from some very fine doctors who made his final journey as comfortable as possible. Now, the good news is palliative care is now a medical specialty because medicine has moved on in the last 30 years. And when it is specifically informed by excellent new pain control methods, along with other physical, emotional, psychological and spiritual support, palliative care can do so much more than it could 25 or 30 years ago. As one commentator says, "Today, if my pain makes me want to die, then my pain is not being managed effectively." When excellent palliative care is delivered in time by properly specialised teams, today there is simply no need for euthanasia. Western Australians should not be debating euthanasia. We should be demanding that our government provide all of us with equal access to the best medical and palliative care available. And until that is available to all of us, especially to those in rural and remote areas, the government should not even be thinking about legalising euthanasia. Visit this website regularly to stay up to date with developments as this social debate unfolds. Use our contact page to send a message to your Member of Parliament to let them know you don't want euthanasia in this state. Use the same contact page to connect with us with your comments or feedback. Thank you for watching.